morning, everybody. I'm Jemima McKill, your favorite sports analyst with my favorite co-host.
James Sherwitz.
And today, this morning, y'all gonna get served with J&J Sports episode 73. James, how you feeling this morning, man, before we get started?
I'm ready for 73. We got some great topics and some good stuff to discuss.
Oh, yeah. We got a lot to get into. We got a lot to cover, man. I'm super excited. Make sure y'all keep liking and subscribing to our podcast, our show. We're gonna keep bringing bangers to y'all. And we're just gonna keep going hard. But James, let's get into it, man. You ready?
I'm ready.
First one up, man. We got professional boxing, man. So Floyd Mayweather and the money team took care of business against John Gotti the third. This past weekend, James. This fight was held in Mexico, and then after the victory from Floyd, he was honored from all of Mexico. Everybody respected him basically there. After the fight, just to get us kind of brewing, man. Overall, what would you rate this fight out of 10 and Floyd Mayweather's performance?
I maybe an 8. Just because there was still excitement about the fight. I mean, people still tuned in. But and then the performance, let's give that an 8 too, I think.
Yeah. For me, as far as the overall out of 10, I would say 7 out of 10 to me, because this was a decent fight, being a regular exhibition match. And as far as Mayweather's performance, I feel I give that kind of like an 8 out of 10. I feel like as though he wasn't giving his best efforts in this fight against Gotti, because he really didn't have to, honestly. I mean, we know Mayweather, he's been fighting for years, been undefeated. And yeah, we all know and seen Floyd show out in major fights like against Pacquiao, Alvarez, just a lot of different fights like that. So I think he was taking it easy on Gotti.
Well, and those opponents too, I mean, those are major names that you're listing there.
Yeah.
Whereas, I mean, Gotti, he's a draw and he's up there, but I don't think he's one of the greats.
Nah, not yet. Like I said, he still has to develop. He still has a lot to learn as far as that. If we kind of look at the stats between the two, currently, Mayweather is currently 47 years old, 5'8", and he's 160 pounds. So he's still fighting at 47. James, but real quick, man, what do you think should be the age limit for fighting? I know we covered Pacquiao and we said 50. I said 50, but what age did you think?
I think anything over 18 is all right. As long as people want to fight, they should be allowed to. Just because, we shouldn't limit people when they get to certain ages because they're just still living their lives. So maybe he's going to fight until he's 60. Who knows? Do you have an age limit, you think?
I don't think it should be an age limit because I believe Mike Tyson, is he 50, 60? He's probably about 60. Yeah, he's 60. So I don't think it should be a limit. But I do think it depends on their health condition and how they are, if they can still fight. But if they're kind of just like out of shape and they just still want to fight and they're too old, then yeah, I think they should. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if it's a danger, then that's a whole different story. But if they're in shape and they're ready to go, then let them fight.
Let them fight, yeah, exactly. And then as far as Gotti, man, he's 31, 5'11", and 181 pounds. So he was at least 20 pounds over Floyd.
So, and that would be an advantage, wouldn't it? And he's younger too, so.
Most definitely. So that's why I was wondering why, how it ended up the way it did. But I think, like I said, he's still learning. I think he's still developing. And he wasn't ready for Floyd's fight style. So yeah. Keep us going, man. What was John Gotti mainly lacking in his fight against Floyd to you?
I would say maybe a mix of strategy and aggression because I didn't see a whole lot of him. I'm not saying that he wasn't trying. He was definitely trying, but not to the level that Mayweather was, and he was out there making it look easy.
No, facts, man. He left his face open way too much, and we talk about this all the time, man. It would be moments where he would look like he was just standing there. You know what I mean? and also his lack of comprehending Floyd's movements. Because I feel like at a certain point, you should already kind of see how he's coming. Jab, hook, whatever. You should kind of move with that. But and finally, like I said, man, lack of defense. You have to always protect yourself. Um, yeah, you can take hits. You're supposed to take hits, but if you just taking hit after hit after hit and you're not, it's pointless. I mean, you really, you're beating yourself up. Um, and I feel like he didn't realize who he was fighting, Floyd Mayweather. You know what I mean? This is not no easy little sparring match. Like this is a professional fighter for sure. Key moments in the fight, man. If we kind of get into it, the head and body combo from Floyd in that third round, James. I don't know if you've seen that, but it was crazy in that third round. Gotti looking at the referee. This was funny to me. Gotti looking at the referee like he was supposed to save him or something. I don't know if you've seen that part, James.
I saw that in a YouTube short. Yeah, he was getting pounded on, and I see him like he just looks over, and I'm
Right,
like, what? Why is he taking his eyes off the opponent like that?
man. And then the ref looking like, "What you want me to do? Like this is a fight." But no, I like the fact that he didn't stop it because it's like, dude, you're a boxer. You got to handle your business. So, that was funny to me though. And then last but not least, man, the counter uppercut from Floyd in the fifth round. So, like I said, this should be a learning lesson for him, man. Many people felt like this fight was boring and wanted a refund, James. What's your response to those comments? And should they have a rematch?
I think the people who want a refund, they could say that it was boring. That's just fine. But the people who want a refund maybe shouldn't be sports fans because that's part of what makes sports exciting is it could be anybody's game or it could be, a really slow match.
Yes. And we have to realize like, and that shows out the difference between people who actually love sports and have that passion and people who are just like they just want to see a good show. You know what I mean? We have that passion, so it's like we know sometimes it's gonna be amazing fights, sometimes it's gonna, and I feel like it's all depending on who's fighting who. That's what makes the fights. You know what I mean? This is a professional versus kind of upcoming. You know what I mean? So of course it's gonna.
It definitely wasn't boring with those moments too. Like you said, him glancing at the ref and stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, there was a lot more going on in this fight than I guess a lot of people might want to admit to.
Mm-hmm. And man, just to answer that, man, for me, first, I thought the fight really came out of nowhere to me. It wasn't. I feel like it wasn't supposed to happen. But the only reason I would say the fight was boring was because Gotti didn't challenge Floyd like we was kind of looking for, like kind of how that fight with Crawford. You know what I mean? His opponent, he was challenging him when he's throwing combos. Okay, I'm gonna throw combos back. We was looking for that from him, but he didn't give it to us. He was just taking major hits, man, and blows from Floyd. You know what I mean? Overall, it was just a basic fight. But as far as Gotti, it should be an honor from him learning, fighting Floyd. But I don't think it should be a rematch, though. Honestly, that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? This should just be a learning lesson, and something you can talk about. Oh man, I fought with Floyd Mayweather. You know what I mean? So
If
yeah.
Mayweather's still fighting and Gotti has like earned his way back to fighting him again, then I think that's another thing. But like a rematch just for the sake of a rematch, I don't think so.
Exactly. So, like I said, we'll see if he earns his spot. You know what I'm saying? Because they could fight again. You never know if Floyd's still fighting. But as for now, man, you still got some work to do. But good luck to you. Shout out to Floyd, man. And y'all let us know how y'all feel about both of those fighters. And we're gonna keep you guys updated as far as that. Let's get into our next one. Well, before we do that, we got a few sports news of the day, James. A player that we haven't been talking about in a while, man, the Golden Steph Curry. He just agreed to a 1 year, $62.6 million deal with the Golden State Warriors. Now, James, what are your initial thoughts when you found this out?
Well, it's great to hear, some basketball news because it's the off season at the moment. But
Right.
I'm kind of thinking about different sports leagues and them maybe trying to one up each other for 1 year deals because that's a lot of money for 1 year. But I mean, when you see the name that's attached to it, that's no problem. Of course, they're
Yeah,
going to cut that check.
Yeah, they're not worried about that. I feel like Curry is like this is a type of deal like, okay, you guys get one more chance with me. You know what I mean? Y'all already got rid of most of the team. So it's like y'all got one more year. And I feel like if this next year coming doesn't work out, I feel like he's gonna opt out for sure. What team do you feel like he should go on if you think, after that year, let's say he just want to get out of there? A lot of people saying the Lakers. I
You
don't
know,
know.
I was gonna say I would love to see him on the Suns, but the Lakers does seem like an obvious fit for him too. But I don't know, maybe he goes out east. Could you see him on the Celtics?
I would say yeah, but no, I feel like they're pretty stacked over there. I feel like if he was with the Lakers, man, that'd be an all-star team. Him, LeBron, and Bronny. Nah, that's not even fair. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll keep you guys updated on him. Next but not least, and I don't know if we covered this one yet, but I'm gonna say it again, man. Russell Wilson will be the starting quarterback, and Justin Fields will be the backup for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Um, Now a lot of people were saying, James, that he's Fields. He doesn't want to be the backup. Like he is talented though. I mean, how do you feel? Do you feel like he'll be the backup for long?
I think Wilson is more established and probably the safer option in general. And I would probably roll with Wilson, but to have Fields, who has a similar play style to Wilson, behind him, backing him up, and kind of studying from him, I mean that's always a benefit for the team.
And like I said, he's a rookie. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna get his time. I really believe that, especially if Wilson. I feel like mid-season, if Wilson ain't really showing up, they're definitely gonna switch him out. So I just think he just got to be patient with that. And then last but not least, man, the sports analyst Pat McAfee has not signed a new college game day contract with ESPN yet for 2024. Do you feel like he will get that contract?
That's a good question. And I'm wondering, is it McAfee who hasn't signed, or is it ESPN who hasn't offered it? Because I know what he does have a certain image about him in the media that I applaud him for retaining his image from his original show he started on YouTube.
Yeah.
I can see how maybe the college game day ESPN would maybe frown on some of his antics. So
Right.
it just depends, but I think they'll get something done.
Yeah. About it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it's early, football, well, week one starts what, next week? Yeah, next weekend, I believe. And y'all stay tuned for that because I will be covering those games. But yeah, we just got to be patient with him. But that's the end of our sports news. Our next topic we have up.
J&J Sports coming to y'all with more in 2024.